It's time for the NEC On the Run Women's Basketball Edition. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ralph Ventre, fired up, ready to go. We're 1/3 of the way through the conference schedule, so let's naturally take a look at where we stand. The Central Connecticut Blue Devils, the lone remaining unbeaten, they're 6-0 in NEC play for the second time ever. You have to go back to the 08-09 season to find out when CCSU last started 6-0. They finished 12-6 that year. The Blue Devils' best season came in 2014-15, where they had a 14-4 finish. Still, they have never started NEC play 7-0. They'll get a chance to do that this weekend. They take the always tough, always challenging Western PA swing. First up, they'll face St. Francis U, the 5-1 Red Flash against the unbeaten Blue Devils, and that will be our featured game of the week live on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app, noontime on Saturday. Don't miss it. Paul Dottino, Joe DeSantis calling the action live from Loretto. Now, SFU is in a second-place tie with Sacred Heart. The Pioneers, 5-1, the preseason favorite in the NEC. Their lone loss was to Central Connecticut back 2 weeks ago. Defending champion RMU, right in the middle of the pack. They have gone 1-1, splitting all 3 of their conference weekends thus far. So as I mentioned, only 1/3 of the way through. Each team still has 12 conference games to play. A lot of exciting action will be coming your way as these winter weeks unfold right here on NEC Front Row. Now it's time for She Gets Buckets. The NEC single game scoring high from last week came courtesy of Sacred Heart senior Hannah Kimmel. Kimmel, the reigning NEC Player of the Year, hasn't been asked to do it all this season. Sacred Heart is getting scoring from a number of areas. 3 players, including Kimmel, averaging at least 11 points per contest. But on Martin Luther King Day at St. Francis, Brooklyn, Hannah Kimmel went unconscious. 28 points, 15 rebounds. She made 12 field goals, including 3 3-pointers in Sacred Heart's 81-74 win over St. Francis, Brooklyn. She poured in 28 points during the MLK Day matinee. Hannah Kimmel was getting buckets. And now we take a Twitter timeout, extending this 30 into a full. This week's tweet comes from Penn State Athletic Director Sandy Barber. Barber was at the NCAA convention in Nashville on hand to celebrate as St. Francis University Athletic Director Susan Robinson Fruchtel was honored with the Silver Anniversary Award from the NCAA. Robinson Fruchtel was a standout player 25 years ago for the Nittany Lions. She won the 1991 Wade Trophy. She scored over 2,000 points and grabbed over 1,000 rebounds, and she would eventually find her way into NEC women's basketball. Robinson Fruchtel took over the storied Red Flash program in 2007. She went on to coach 5 seasons for the Red Flash, bringing home the NEC title in 2010 and 2011. A former NEC Women's Basketball Coach of the Year, a former standout at Penn State. She's now St. Francis's Athletics Director, and she is a recipient of the prestigious NCAA Silver Anniversary Award. Congratulations Susan Robinson Fruchtel. So what's that? That's amazing. Time to take a look at an eye-catching statistic. St. Francis U has won an unprecedented 11 Northeast Conference titles. The first 2 women's basketball players to ever go into the NEC Hall of Fame, well, they were from St. Francis U. The great Beth Swink, the legendary Jess Noble, a former WNBA draft pick, they both scored over 2,100 points in a Red Flash uniform. Those facts make this stat that more amazing. Current SFU sophomore Jess Kovach hit the 1,000-point mark this past weekend in what was her 48th collegiate game. She is the fastest player to 1,000 points in SFU history. Even NEC Hall of Famers Swink and Zanoble needed to go into their junior seasons to reach the millennium mark. Kovach averages 21.1 points a game, leading the Northeast Conference, almost 4 three-pointers per contest, the most in all of Division I. Jessica Kovach, the fastest Red Flash player to 1,000 points. Now, stats amazing. And that'll do it for our show. Full slate on Saturday, full slate on Monday. Central Connecticut and Bryant head west through the Keystone State at Robert Morris and at SFU. There will be a lot of traffic here on the Goethals and Verrazano bridges as LIU, Wagner, St. Francis, Brooklyn, and Fairleigh Dickinson all collide on Saturday and Monday. You can catch all of the games live in HD at necfrontrow.com. And don't forget our marquee matchup on Saturday, CCSU at SFU. For NEC Front Row, I'm Ralph Ventre. Thanks for watching NEC On the Run Women's Basketball Edition. We'll see you again next week.